Hey everyone, welcome back to the Spring Locked podcast channel, and today it is just a video from me, Alex, but don't worry, Ollie will be back for our podcast and has some special theory videos on the way. But today, I feel now FNAF Secret of the Mimic has been out for a week. I want to get as many theory videos out as possible, and today I have a big theory video that builds off one of our previous discussion theories from our podcast episode, which will be out Friday evening at 6 PM. So let's get on to the theory, and as you can tell from the thumbnail and title, this theory is to do with FNAF Secret of the Mimic solving one of the biggest questions surrounding FNAF 2 when it first came out. So, firstly, before I can get into the theory itself, I need to specify this theory is built off the Parachute X ending, which is one of the 3 endings available in the game. So just a warning, if you haven't seen this yet, please be aware that it will have spoilers surrounding this, so make sure to pause this video now, watch the Parachute X ending or play it if you are playing the game, and then come back to this video. So now the spoiler warning is out of the way, let's get into the theory. So as we know, once Arnold goes against the Dispatcher, or the Mimic, we go further down the MCM building to the R&D section, which unveils the prototype of the FNAF 1 location, as well as the animatronics. And there are many theories surrounding this as to why the FNAF 1 animatronics are created at this point. And as you would have seen in our previous video, we also believe that they were the designs of Fiona, as shown by the tape we can play down there, which I'll put on the screen now.
Aren't they insane? The look of these new animatronics is Fiona's design and they're great. Oh, first they approved the art, then they approved the proofs. Now they changed their minds when we're so close to final. Why would they change them now? Are they pulling my leg? The new concepts are frankly creepy. No, it doesn't matter. I'm not changing a single bit of her work, and they can't make me.
So as you can see from this, it is easy to mistake that Fiona's designs are the FNAF 1's designs, and Henry and William have decided to go their own way, with the more disgusting and scary looking designs, as quoted by Edwin. However, I do not believe that Fiona's designs are the FNAF 1 animatronics. Instead, they are the FNAF 2 animatronic designs. The reason that I believe this is that the mangled animatronics which the Mimic is using as its body is clearly a mixture of all the FNAF 2 animatronics, such as Toy Bonnie and Chica. This is weird for one, as it means that both those designs and the FNAF 1 designs were created or at least prototyped during the same time. However, the reason that I believe that the FNAF 2 toy animatronics are the design of Fiona is what was said in the videotape. As it stated, Edwin believes that Fiona's design should stay as they are cute and friendly, in comparison to the designs that William and Henry are going with, and that they had accepted the plans and designs, but not the eventual manufacturing of them. This would explain why the FNAF 2 animatronics were left in a bundle on the floor, as these were Fiona's designs which got disregarded by Henry and William, and that the FNAF 1 animatronics that we can see around the pizzeria are the designs which William and Henry are commissioning Edwin to now go with. What further supports this idea is the fact that the withered animatronics were known to be used to create the FNAF 1 animatronics. And what would make it easier to create the FNAF 1 animatronics than to recreate the original designs from the Fredbear's Diner during the original murders of William Afton in the supposed 1985, therefore supporting the theories that the withered animatronics were just the FNAF 1 designs prior to the withering. However, you're probably wondering why William and Henry would choose to use Fiona's designs if they had already rejected them prior. Well, this also comes back to the original murders by William. Having committed these murders, Freddy Fazbear's was tarnished with them, and the original designs, at least for the moment in time, were scarred with the actions of William. So therefore, to keep the company alive and to reinvent themselves, they went with the previously rejected designs of Fiona, which were once seen as too pleasant and friendly, which now after the murders is the perfect designs to re-entice customers to the Freddy Fazbear chain, while also detaching the characters to the horrific events which happened at the previous location. Going off this logic, it also further supports the heavily agreed upon theory that the Parachute X ending is the correct ending, as it explains why the Mimic got away as seen in FNAF Ruin DLC, as well as showing us further into the links in which Edwin had to both William and Henry, as shown by one of the mails, which we can assume is from William. You can see it on the screen now, but it explains how he wants to claim all the rights to Edwin's stuff, which if they are already sending people in to repossess his stuff, then it is more than likely that more workers would go in and find the designs, if not having already done this, and leading to the leak, who could have supposedly leaked the designs of Edwin's, leading to Henry and William starting the Fazbear project, which is two things that we see in the mailboxes, one of which being that Edwin believes there's a leak, and that one of the workers has left to work for Fazbear Entertainment, which led to the designs of the original FNAF crew, which for those who want to say the designs of the Withered animatronics are different to the FNAF 1 animatronics, then that could explain why they are. Because Edwin didn't necessarily have the same level or tech in comparison to William and Henry, in the sense that William and Henry might not have the same knowledge as Edwin. Sorry, I phrased that a little bit wrong there. So therefore, they may look very similar, yet different. So therefore, for you guys who think that the FNAF 1 animatronics are different to the Withered, yet sort of similar, this may explain why, as Henry and William weren't able to 100% replicate the designs until they got their hands on these prototypes, which led them to be able to then finish them off and create the FNAF 1 animatronics. So overall, FNAF Secret of the Mimic explains one of the oldest questions associated to the FNAF 2 game. This being, why the animatronic toys, and such a shift from the original designs. And knowing that Fiona made these designs, on top of also them using said designs after the horrific murders of William, makes perfect sense. This also likely previously stated further supports the idea that the Parachute X ending is the correct ending. But at the end of the day, it is just a theory, and who knows for sure whether Fiona designed the OG FNAF 1 or FNAF 2 animatronics, but if I'm being honest, with the voice notes by Edwin, it really does suggest the latter. If you did enjoy this deep dive theory into the FNAF Secret of the Mimic game, make sure to leave a like and go to the comments and leave your thoughts on this theory, whether you agree with it or not. And give a subscribe just so you don't miss any more of our awesome theory videos. But until next time, stay safe and try not to be spring locked.